sound well rested,
I want to
actually.
be like you when I grow up.
My
Anyway,
dear, you don't want to be like me.
I
You
was
don't
going
want to be like me, Nima. Don't go there. For me, you should
she's
know.
busy. She's busy.
not like the resting part. Me, I don't like to
Just
rest.
one that she said
Eh,
this morning. Oga.
I want to be able to. I'm always looking for work for myself.
Exactly.
It's just around me.
Exactly. Like the one you went to go and do over the weekend, but we'll not get into it again this morning.
Hey, for me, please don't drag me.
I
Okay.
will, I will leave you now.
Thank
Okay.
you.
This is Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. And you're tuned to Her Lens this morning with the ladies of Her Lens. And like Nima says, when we speak,
No, I didn't say when we speak. When Nima speaks, the world listens.
when we speak, listen,
Let's
let's
agree
get
to
into it.
disagree.
Let's get into
Anyway,
it.
we are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website at www.wfm917.com. So, Lady Susan, let's start with this Alicia David.
Happened over the weekend. That's what you were saying because the internet caught fire. Was it yesterday? I think it started on maybe late Saturday night because I've not even really been online. But yes, I don't. But and tweet Susan is also on Twitter, so it's
Mhm.
possible that she has seen it as well. But go ahead.
You know, I can't say things happened over the weekend because I was reading book over the
And
weekend.
that was also a thing that happened over the weekend.
Anyway, good morning, Lady Binabo. How are you this morning?
Yeah, good morning, my ladies. Lady
Good
Susan,
morning.
Lady Olufumi J, Lady Nima, and all the
Good
beautiful ladies.
morning.
I was the first person to say good morning and you
Leave,
greeted me
please
last.
go away. Ibinabo, ignore her. Ignore her.
You know what I'll tell everybody. My
Mhm.
my girl who's trying to speak Yoruba by force, will say, "Eh ba mi o, eh ba mi, eh ba mi." Something to Nima, eh ba mi.
Oh, anyway, we're starting with David and Alicia's saga. David Martins, a popular wedding photographer, has been accused of alleged domestic violence by his wife Alicia. David and Alicia are Christian couples who have been should we say couples? Are a Christian couple who have been married for 3 years. David, a popular photographer, has captured very beautiful moments for celebrity couples. Yesterday, Alicia took to her Instagram page to call out her husband for alleged abuse after keeping quiet for 3 years to protect his name. She revealed that she has been subjected to physical abuse by David while raising their infant child, and that she was also insulted by her in laws on several occasions. She revealed that whenever she reported him to his family, he would tell them that she provoked him while portraying himself as a Christian and a gentle person online. She explained that things got worse after she had a child, claiming that he violently attacked her while she was holding the baby. She also said she had heard several stories about how he treated other women, but she believed he had changed. Ladies, note she believed he had changed. She said she separated those stories from the person she loved because she believed they would not become her reality. She also explained that she left the marriage once, but eventually went back to him, believing she could fix things. However, she said that he started telling his family and friends that she had returned to beg him. Alicia revealed that she suffered spiritual manipulation, verbal and physical abuse from him, but covered it all up because he had always portrayed himself online as a loving person who was rooted in faith. Alicia explained that sometimes he would hit her when she did not apologize in the way he wanted, sharing pictures of stains on her child's clothes as evidence of some of her claims. She also revealed that while he posts flashy, well put together videos and pictures online, their home looks rough and unkept, and she was struggling behind the scenes. She also accused David of telling people that he does all the cooking, but she explained that she had only known him for 3 years and knew nothing about Nigerian food. Mm. this matter long.
Yeah, and so the funny thing is, I had seen this story a couple of months
Mhm.
ago. Somebody had just tweeted about her neighbor, and you just look at it and just shrug it off.
Mhm.
Turns out that it was this particular person that she was tweeting about. And we talk about domestic violence every now and again on her lens. The question I have for you ladies is,
I've not finished the backstory. Oh.
leave it.
It's still long.
We've gotten the gist of it. And the reason is because sort of I want to pick from something that you said.
Yes.
You said hold that note, which is she had heard from people before that this person
Yes.
used to beat.
Yes.
This person is not a nice
But
person.
she thought she could change him.
And that's what I want to ask the ladies. This mentality of no, don't worry, during my own turn, I will change him. Have we gotten to the point of deluding ourselves? Can a man really change? And I ask this question because when we see maybe sexual offenders or men who have molested women, they've gone to prison, they've been punished, they come back, and then somebody now says, oh no, he has changed. I want to be with the person. I always wonder, is there a space for... Is it restoration? That's the only way, because restorative justice is in my head. Like, is there space for, oh no, he actually has changed, or this person is evil, avoid the person?
And I asked this question, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, that why is it when women know this man is an abuser, they still have children for them?
That's why we have the ladies.
I want to understand.
Susan, we're going to start with you. Do we have coconut head? Maybe that should be the first thing. Because if you're hearing several examples and you still go ahead, is it whatever you see you should collect? Susan, over to you.
For me, you just took those words out of my mouth. You know me, mine is Basbos. I'm not that good. I'm not nice. Whatever you ask for, you will collect. Now, I want to start from this angle. Can an abusive person genuinely change? My answer is yes. Behavior can change, but genuine change requires acknowledging that person you are talking about, acknowledging they have a problem, taking responsibility for me, and getting appropriate help. Because, changing patterns of behavior is not easy. But for someone who has not acknowledged, marriage is not a rehabilitation center. And it's important I state that I'm single, but I work in the gender space. Marriage is not a rehabilitation center, and a partner should not have to become one's experiment at redemption. I'm bringing in redemption because I heard they are a Christian couple, whatever that means, I don't know. You could be any religion. Now, another angle I want to address is, I knew about his past, but I believed he would change. Nima asked us to hold that, and even when I read through that story, I held that to my chest. This is one of the most important parts of this whole story. People can change, but change should be demonstrated for me through consistent behavior. You cannot be saying A and doing B. You will be accountable over time. I don't want promises. Compromises. I don't have a business with your promise. A person's past, I agree, as a Christian, as someone who has seen people change over time, seen myself also change over time. A person's past should not automatically condemn them forever. For me, this is my honest opinion, but it should not make us ignore credible warning signs. You are saying signs, you are saying things, but you've heard it. Auntie Silifa, you went ahead. Though all of these are allegations we're addressing based on her own side, we do not also know what the guy has to come out and say, because all of this is allegedly, there's no conviction. We're just speaking based on what she has said. But marriage, no matter the religion, does not give you ownership over someone. I also read the account of their neighbor, And she even shared tweets from May, and we're in August when the lady decided to open up. She shared tweets of what had happened. And I also want us to know that faith must not be weaponized against survivors. I have seen people, oh, because they look like Christians, because they are church workers, because, come on, cut off all of those things. Whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a traditionalist, you are whoever, even if you decide you don't want any religion, it should not be used to make any victim or survivor, because we don't want to even use victim, tolerate abuse. You know, nothing like just submit, just forgive. We've seen just pray and keep your home. No, we cannot be doing all of those things. And let me tell you, the face is not the index of the mind. Most people continue to look at, oh, because he's a Christian, because he's flaunting, I don't care. Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. And I am worried, Fumi, over time, because the people who seem to access justice are people who cry out on the media. Is it that we don't have proper channels of reporting gender-based violence cases? Because, I mean, if someone has a troubling history but tells you they have changed, for me, I am imagining in my head, how do you distinguish genuine transformation from temporary performance? I am worried, but I mean, I'm not the only one going to have this conversation, but I need us to understand that people deserve the opportunity to change, but nobody, I repeat, nobody should be required to risk their safety to prove that another person has changed. No, you don't see the signs and you jump in thinking you are not even Jesus, who gave his life for us. I'm speaking from the Christian angle. People still did not appreciate. So why do you think you are the Messiah? Why do you think? And again, it's important to quickly chip in. You said you spent 3 years, so you don't know Nigerian food. Are you kidding me? You agreed to marry him. You knew he was a Nigerian. We should see your efforts. Don't come with that angle. I'm not going to even buy into that. Let me stop here for now.
What Susan just said about Nigerian food, it brought another interesting topic I saw yesterday. But we'll keep that for another day. Anyway, even about you, I've always said on this show, when we speak about issues like this, that you're a mother, you have both male and female children, and you have certain expectations, even from yourself as their mother, not only the children. And we read in this girl's story that allegedly her in-laws also insulted her whenever she reports her husband. They never support her. They say maybe she's not patient, or maybe she doesn't know how to do something well. And you're not Yoruba, but Yoruba people say, when you marry a man, you've not married only him, you have married his family.
Oh no, that goes with
that goes
tribe.
everywhere.
Yeah.
That you have married his family also. So my question now is that our in-laws, she coming out to say, okay, they also insulted her, because if really everything that happens is true, they are also accomplices in this crime.
Sure.
Because she has reported their son to them, expecting. So my question to you, Binabo, is that what exactly should be said to the in-laws? Like, how should they be dealt with? Is this a normal thing? Should we accept it as the norms in our society that in-laws will always behave one kind and they would always support their son?
That's an interesting question.
How you been, Abo?
Let me clear my throat to respond to that. You think, Babe, first, let me correct an impression. I was born, raised in Yoruba land. I am almost sure that I know more of their tradition and culture than either of you in that studio there.
I stand corrected.
However, like Fumi said, it cuts across. It's not a thing with the Yorubas. It's a thing with that's our culture across board. Not just Having said that, you see, in this life, who calls the shots? The one that has the deepest pockets. You see, a family where a particular child is, I'm not saying that's the situation though, I'm just trying to, let's just create a context. A family whereby the particular person is the breadwinner for everybody. It is difficult to look this person in the face and tell the person some very bitter truth. Even when they feel otherwise, because of what is coming from that person, they want to dance to the person's tune. They want to say what will soothe this person. And it is very bad, I must tell you. Having said that, you see, there are families where probably they actually would have loved the guy to marry somebody else. But because they don't have a say, they can't even tell, there's something about, okay, my son,
Ibinabo, we can't hear you any longer.
I prefer to ping pong or network is messing around.
Yeah, so sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know at what point the network even messed up though. But what I'm saying is, you see, this does not happen with every family. I've seen families where when the wife comes to report the husband, it's not as if they're going to rush there and begin to take sides, but they're going to sit down and look into the situation based on the little they know about the wife and then what they have always known about their son or their brother. And they will come with a very fair reasoning and try to make amends, try to create peace and all of that. But some families where the guy is a breadwinner, they have no say. Though you can't bring that to me, I'm my mother's daughter. If not the money where they give me, now they swell your head, you go keep that money because I go tell you facts. So, what I want to say to families is, if you truly love your brother and he is married, and the wife comes to you to tell you, okay, my husband did this and that, it is only fair that you thoroughly look into the matter and give your sincere opinion without taking sides, but being fair in your submission to either the husband or the wife or the couple as a whole. Because, you see, I believe that if I love my son, I want to go the extra mile to protect his home. Not necessarily him now, but to protect his home. While protecting his home, if the wife is a violent type, it is going to look like I'm protecting my son. If my son is a violent type, it's going to look like I'm protecting my daughter-in-law. But to say that because this person is my son anyway, so whatever he does is right, I will not give in to that, because it is not fair. Because if you don't have a daughter, you will have a sister, you will have a niece that's going to marry into another family, and you would want the family to treat your niece or your daughter right. So, I mean, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's be fair in our judgment. All these, no matter what, this and that. And I want to quickly look at, if I'm permitted to look at what Susan observed as it pertains to the lady who said she doesn't maybe she doesn't know how to cook Nigerian food. You see, was that part of their discussion when they were dating? Was that part of their see? I can be married. See, there are some things that don't come up as a discussion while they are cutting. If the reason for beating up this lady is because she doesn't know how to cook Nigerian food, that man is not ready to be married. So because he doesn't know how to cook Nigerian food, you want to kill her. What happened to those couple who, whereby the wife is even Nigerian and she can cook any food, any meal from any part of Nigeria, but they will have a chef or a cook in the house to prepare the meal. When there is love, you don't beat up your wife because she doesn't know how to cook Nigerian food. You lovingly, take her through it. If she's going to enroll in a school where she will be taught how to cook this meal, or if your people will come in, step in to assist her in one way or the other. How did you marry her? Did you marry her making her feel that, hey, you are my queen, I want to give you soft life? So, some people will come to that marriage feeling like that, and then suddenly it's like, start coming out with your true color that, more Nigerian food, say you don't know how to make a banga soup, you can't even prepare correct egusi Ijebu soup, all those things. It's not, I don't think such to be strong enough for a man to become abusive in his marriage. There are other things that could cover up for that. I'm not saying, for me, I always advise that, and it is me, that is me. If I'm married to a person who's not from my tribe, I want to know what they cook, or the kind of meal that is the basic or the regular meal from your tribe, so that we can prepare it. Variety is the spice of life. I mean, you want to bring in rivers. I can cook meals, not even Yoruba meals alone, now from other tribes. Out of curiosity, out of the fact that I want to enjoy other meals too. They must have some nutritional values and all of that. But that shouldn't be a yardstick to measure the value or how good a woman is, or why you should abuse her because she doesn't know how to cook Nigerian food. It is very unfair. So I'm saying to every family out there, I've taken enough time, so let me wrap up quickly. Please, let's be fair. Let us be fair. If the wife is the one messing up, tell her straight and give her facts. If your son is the one always behaving like Lord and Master, let him realize that, see, your wife is not your slave. Your wife is the love of your life, and you must treat her with some measure of respect. And then I want to quickly tell that woman, and some women do it, when they are having any form of altercation with their husbands, they always bring in the children in between. It is wrong. Why would you show us the blood stain on your child's clothes as an evidence of being abused? So while this man was punching you like Muhammad Ali will punch his opponent, so you were there carrying your baby, expecting him to kill the baby so that you can have that as an evidence of your husband being an abusive husband. It is totally wrong. Some women do that. When they are fighting, they will back their baby. When they are doing this, you know that this man does not give a hoot. He will beat you anyhow. So you don't carry your baby while you are at it. Please be protective of your children. Don't put them in between you and your abusive husband. Please, I beg you. It is very unfair, because if that child was old enough to run away from you, he would have done that. Let's just do right. Let's just live right. You husband, treat your wives well. You woman, treat your husband well. And let's have a beautiful home, for goodness sakes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ibn Abba. We're live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website at www.wfm917.com. The phone lines are now open. You can call us on 07000 917 917 or 09155 917 917 or 0800 1235 917. You can send a text message, a WhatsApp message, or a voice note to 08155 917 917 or 07031 756 537. So, Susan, in the entire write-up I read, it was written there that the lady left the marriage before when she saw signs. Then she went back to him. Okay, we have a call. Good morning, Mrs. Oboli. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Mrs.
Good
Oboli.
morning.
Good morning. Happy delicate birthday to Madam Ibinago. They will not see cake, sir, but there is birthday.
Thank you.
Hi, Lady Susan. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Oboli. It's good to hear your voice. A blessed week, I wish you.
And you too, ma. Thank you very much. Quickly before you move on, I just want to speak to issues generally, not only on this particular subject you are discussing this morning, but generally because yesterday I got a disturbing news. First and foremost, David. First and foremost, any man or woman who thinks himself or herself as the Holy Ghost or an unchangeable changer that can just wave a magic wand to change an abusive adult is toying with his or her life. Because when you see not only a red flag, but a walking billboard in your relationship, even before you start dating or even while you are dating or before it leads to marriage generally, and you see that billboard walking, right, standing there in front of you, and you choose to ignore it, honestly, you are toying with your life. So are we saying this meal issue or this cooking issue did not emanate and a couple of other issues when they were both dating? These issues didn't spring up during their dating or courtship period, but they just chose to ignore it. Just last night, like I said, I want to speak to issues holistically now. Just last night, we were having a Zoom meeting in a DSVA NGO I belong to, and our convener kept receiving incessant calls. Ladies, do you know that right there, while we were on that Zoom meeting, a video was...
Hi, Mrs. Oboli. We can't hear you any longer. Hi, Mrs. Oboli.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We stopped hearing you when you said a video was something.
A video posted right there while we were on Zoom meeting. A pastor who happens to have a bike just doused his wife with petrol and burned her to death.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw it, Abby?
Mm-hmm.
And we were shocked when our convener broke that news to us that this just, are you telling me that there has not been underlying issues over time that this couple neglected prior to these days? Nobody has to die. Honestly, nobody has to die. If we understand the law that has to do with separation, divorce, live to live. In-laws who can't respect boundaries and who are known to show bias or potential preferences whenever an issue arises should be made to stay clear of the couple till they sort themselves or they leave themselves in peace and not in pieces. Because the life lost can never be regained. If it's not working, it's not working. Don't push it, don't force it. Let it just happen naturally. And if it's not working, believe you me, it's not working. Nobody has to die. When you see this sign, I can't cook, you can cook. Before you start beating you, if you don't even beat you, that first slap should let it be the last slap so that nobody will die eventually. This person will not die now. If I don't join statistics, must we continually die because we want to do marriage the right or the wrong way? Not be by force to get married now. Good morning, ladies.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli. Wow, that was a lot, to be honest. I saw the headline. I saw the headline for the pastor who burnt his, and I was like, no. But Nima, you had a question for Susan.
Yes, where did I even stop? Okay, I said I'm trying to remember.
You said you read she had left and eventually returned.
Yes, thank you. She saw signs. She saw signs. So my question to you is audition in
our
Okay, so even though I didn't hear you clearly because your line was breaking, but I think I have a grasp of what you are saying. I want to say, as someone who has worked directly with survivors, that the truth is Living is not always a straight line. Living is not always a straight line. A survivor may live and return. They might live again and still eventually find safety. It just depends, because sometimes they don't fully make up their mind. Returning, in all honesty, does not mean that the abuse was acceptable or that the person was lying. Now, which takes us to the bigger question: why do they return? Sometimes it is because they love this person and they are still in denial. Even when they are in abusive relationship, they have hope that it can get better. I mean, in this lady's narrative, you read it, where she said, oh, I have heard about it, but I thought he would change. They have hope. This is a typical survival story. In some cases, it is because of financial realities. In some, it's because of the children or the child that they have. For some people, family pressure. You want to come to my house, you will not stay in my house. You are not going to this, you are not going. Then there is the religious counsel. The Bible said two have become one. Then the fake apologies. Oh, it will never happen again. I'm telling you, as someone who has spoken to a survivor one-on-one, the apologies and the promises that, oh, he will change. And, you have this fear and the belief that this time it might be different. All of these things play a huge role. That is why I tell you that when a survivor leaves a place, they need counseling, they need rehabilitation. It's not just for them to live, because a lot of things is actually happening to them. So when you are looking at reconciliation, if there will be any, you need to pay close attention, because severally I have seen perpetrators of violence come with apologies, with affection, with promises. In fact, in between, you might even find out that there is this calm. In your mind, you'll be like, hey, God, is this change? That calm in itself can create hope for that person. If you've not been in this shoe, you would not know, and you will think that the person has actually changed. And when the person repeats it, the first thing that comes to your mind is, why did she go back in, into that relationship? And that is where I accept what Madam Oboli just said, which is what I have always told survivors: live to live. You don't know the next action that person, even if they say, some of them, you hear them saying the devil, you don't know where the devil will direct him next, just like he directed this supposed pastor. Because I can't see someone who has the love of Christ in them pour fuel on someone you love. I mean, and this is why I keep asking, what support services, what shelters are available to this person? In fact, in some cases, that person does not need to go back to family house, because that person is even afraid of the family. So my question is, what safe spaces? I have been saying it in every gender place I go to. In Abuja as a state, I know we don't even have enough. In several states, I know Lagos has, but is it enough for the teeming, increasing number of gender cases we keep having? When you ask people to live, where are they supposed to go? The places that they are supposed to go to in some states that are fully saturated. It's filled to the brim. So where are they supposed to go to? These are areas that we need to, spotlight. And instead of us asking, why did she go back? I think what I, as an advocate over time, would ask is, why did she believe going back was safe? I have always asked this when I'm facilitating, when I'm consulting, I ask, why did she believe going back was safe? And what did everyone around her do to help her stay safe? Until we begin to ask salient questions, we might never have answers. Let me stop here for now.
All right, thank you, Susan. Over to you, Binabo.
Okay, thank you, ladies. While we ponder the answers to Susan's question, what came to mind again was you know, in some cases, you hear people will say, oh, why didn't the lady learn some, you know, martial arts? So that you can defend yourself. I want to tell everyone out there, if you want to learn martial arts for self-defense, as a human being, it is fine. But for you to go and learn martial arts so that you can deal with an abusive husband, it is dangerous. I'm just trying to, you know, chip in this, because there have been cases whereby a wife was badly abused by her husband, and she eventually went to learn certain kind of martial arts, and she eventually killed the man.
Hey.
She killed him. Nobody is going to understand that self-defense in here because she have been abusing her since now. It's a turn to retaliate and all of that. So I just want to quickly chip in that, because I've had it in several situations. I went for a program where basically we're talking about abusing, husbands, abusing wives and all of that. And somebody came up with that solution. I said, you can't get my buy-in for that. Martial arts for generally overall self-defense from any angle, fine. But to go and learn it because you want to deal with your husband, you feel go kill that man now. And when you kill him, the laws will not smile that yes, you are defending yourself. The arm of the law will rest on you seriously, not considering how he had been abusing you, because you have taken the capital action. So capital punishment will await you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Binaba. For me, do you have any
No,
questions?
I don't. I mean, the ladies have,
Okay.
they're very well dissected, everything said, you know, these matters. But I would also want to add just one thing. If a man has touched you, please leave. I think it was, the ladies did say leave to leave. That's LEAVE, so that you can LIVE. Please leave. You can send us a message if maybe you are going through something like this. We will connect you to the right bodies and organizations that will give you the right kind of help that you need to leave that situation. And like Susan had said, living is not linear. It's not just one way. It's not a straight line. But please, if you've had it up to here, please leave.
Well, we're talking about real issues, what people are going through. That's why I saw this one again. This lady, I'm tired of the beating, the lies, the abuse in this marriage.
I even wanted us to go to Ocean State because this was getting very, very heavy.
Okay. Let's move to Ocean State.
People collected money and said they did not vote for. People collected money and did not vote for, was it APC?
Yes.
They voted for Accord. Ladies, I'm sure you've seen what's been happening in Ocean State. First of all, like we did this morning, congratulations to Governor Ademola Adeleke. It's not easy to still come back as incumbent governor. Is it governor? Yes. So congratulations to him. But ladies, I don't want to say, oh, collect the money and don't still vote, but what was your conclusion basically from the elections that happened in Ocean State? We'll start with Ibinabo.
Okay, let me add my voice to yours and say congratulations to Governor Adeleke on his victory and all of that. You see, are we ready to take charge in our various corners?
Mm-hmm.
That is the question. Are we ready to take charge? Because, you know, people have been admonishing that, look, if they give you money, because people are hungry, if they give you money, collect. But when you get to the polls, listen to your heart. Think about your children. Think about your wife or your husband before you just put your finger on that particular candidate's party, which probably was what happened in Osun State. You see, when people decide to choose a leader whom they feel will do better by them, I think it is fine. It is the right way to go. People should not be coerced into voting for a particular candidate because they have been given money or because some hoodlums are going to harass them and all of that. Why do we even call it democracy? Democracy is government by the people, for the people, kiniko people, and people oriented. So when it is experienced, it gives a lot of joy. It gives a lot of joy because you feel it's not as if this other party did not get voted. They got quite a large sum of votes too.
Yeah.
Yes, the larger chunk of the votes went to Governor Adeleke. So when we allow democracy to thrive in Nigeria, I think people will become happier. And I also want to say that if you are elected, or when you are elected into that office, please do not disgrace or fall the hands, like we say, of the people who put you there. Do not go there and then begin to say, hey, now that I'm here now, let me come and show you Pepe. No. Because Nigerians we're not asking for too much. We just want good governance, period. We want good governance. And when things are not going right, we want proper information and very honest information at that. But for our leaders to tell us, you have to tighten your nozzle, you have to mind how you spend, and Nigeria is going through this and that, and I did not meet the economy well, I'm not the reason why you are suffering. And when you're telling all of this, and we see you living in such affluence, I mean, that is highly paradoxical. So it brings a lot of thoughts to mind. Even if you are caring, we say you are not caring. Because if you are telling, okay, now look at the family now. In a family, a father who is the head of the family comes home and tells everybody, look, things are not working well. I'm no longer receiving the money I used to receive. Things have really gone bad. So we need to reduce and cut a lot of costs here and there. And then they see you buying new agbada. They see you, enjoying yourself. And you and the children are living in austerity. I mean, that is highly paradoxical. That is what we get mostly from our leaders. So I just want to say that in as much as he has won, the people have spoken, do not disappoint them. According to the people, you have been doing well for them. Please do better for them so that they will believe in leadership once again. Because most times we don't believe politicians. We say they don't tell the truth. We say when they go campaigning, they know your problem, so they will use it to campaign. And then when they get into the office, they do otherwise. So please, please, and please, as a politician, you are a human being first before you became a politician. So please, when you get into that office, whosoever, because the election, I mean, is ongoing. I mean, campaign will start very soon, I think next month. Please, Nigerians are not finding it funny.
All right.
Please do right by the people. Thank you.
Susan, in one word, or
for me, one word, gay. Shanu me.
No, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay, so for me, I would say that Governor Adeleke won against all odds. It was Governor Adeleke against the whole of Nigeria. We watched everything unfold. We saw the number of governors that went to Osun State. We saw the number of, even the Senate president was in Osun State. It was a case of intimidation, and it worries me as a person because, I mean, we are talking of democracy. We didn't need to do all of that. If not that he was a working governor, it would have been very tough for him. And the votes of the people just spoke to what it is that he has done in the past. And that is why I would say collect money and vote your conscience. You didn't beg for money, they gave you money. So collect the money and still vote who you want to vote. I'm not going to say, oh, Fumi said, I'm not going to. Me, Susu, I'm advising you, please collect the money and still vote your conscience. Because if your candidate is someone who has established himself as a leader, as a grassroots person, as someone who has driven change, even before vying for that position, you don't need to spend money. And you saw how the people in different remote villages stood and protected their votes. It speaks volumes. It was Governor Adeleke of Osun State against the whole of Nigeria. That was what happened in Oshu. We saw it play out. Let's not act as if it was just mere elections. No, the odds were almost against an incumbent governor who is working. But as Christians will say, Mercy said no. And the people stood by him. Let us not make democracy. And our heart goes out to so many people who lost their lives. We also know that came to play. So a lot of things played out in Oshu. But if this is democracy, let it be democracy in every word of democracy. Let's not bring intimidation, harassment, vote buying in the open. In the open, there are videos littered everywhere, and we saw how all of these people moved to that state. If every governor in Nigeria went to Oshu, Kilode, is it only Oshu? But again, I'm glad the voice of the people prevailed. Let's do right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Susan, for your submission. We have come to the end of today's edition of Her Lens. Catch us tomorrow by 9:05 for another edition of Her Lens. From us at Women Radio, WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. It is a wonderful morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Up next is Radio Doctor.
Oh, yeah. Up next is Radio Doctor.
Thank you so much, ladies.